Hey everybody, welcome. It's Andrew Ainsworth, Golf Academy. As always, warm welcome. Thanks for tuning in and watching the video today. Bit of a story on the review. I wanted to come in and review the new Mizuno JPX 921 range. I was hoping to get this done last week. There was a few logistical issues with delivery, which we won't go into. So long and the short of it is, I haven't been able to do them. I'm well behind on everyone else, which is not unusual. I'm on holiday at the moment and it's a Sunday. Mrs. Ainsworth's gone out shopping with a friend, so I thought perfect opportunity. I'll pop into the academy. I live close by. Although I'm on holiday, I'd love to put out a review today on this tour iron. So that's what I've done. I've popped in and I'm going to hit it. I'm very excited. Let's just tell you a little bit about this new tour iron. The tagline that Mizuno are using here is, I'll come over this side, speak to this camera over here. Two cameras today, very confusing. Camera 1, camera 2 over there somewhere. The JPX 921 tour, I'm not going to do a full spec review on this because I've already done one of those. I'll post a link on it. This is more a hitting review. Let's see how it performs. It's quite a bit to talk about. So, consistently Mizuno's most chosen model on tour. You may remember that among non-contracted professionals, the name they'd love to mention here, which they can't, is Brooks Koepka. But because he's not a contracted Mizuno player, they can't mention him by name. Well known that Koepka won both his majors using the JPX 900 tour and the 919 tour, were played both to win major championships. That's what they're referring to on here. The stunning new JPX 921 tour maintains its predecessor's surprising fusion of precision with stability from off-centre strikes. I will put that to a test in a minute, folks. Don't worry, I'll get some off-centre strikes for you. No problem there. Now even thicker behind impact for an enhanced, softer feel with tour-refined short irons for smoother turf interaction. Grain flow forged in Hiroshima in Japan. So there we go. The sort of traditional Mizuno story being told here, grain flow forging. It's a stunning looking club, it really is. Mizuno do not make ugly golf clubs. This one really does look, I love it, the look of it. It looks to me potentially a little bit more forgiving than the previous 900 and 919s. Don't know yet, haven't really hit it in full. So that's what we're going to test for you in a minute. Let's just bring up some spec for you. If I can just dive over here and just see if I can get you to specs. Great website. I urge you to, oh, shafts. Yeah, we need to talk about some shafts later, but let's just bring up the spec. They have not changed anything here on the specs. They've stuck with it. No 3-iron, you'll notice. Now, the reason that there's no 3-iron with this set, that not one single tour player put the JPX 919 3-iron into play. They were using either a hybrid or they were using the HMB, the hollow blade iron, the MP20, or some sort of derivative. But not one of them put the 3-iron into play, so that's why they dropped it. So it starts at 4-iron now, 4 through to pitching wedge and the gap wedge in here, and you can see very traditional lofts, 34 degrees on the 7-iron, which is always a good marker, and 46 degrees on the pitching wedge. Quite a lot of new shaft options. Now I'm not going to run through all these custom shafts, we'll just have a little quick flick through. Aerotech steel fibre, I'm coming back to this one, NS Pro, it's the one I've got to hit. S-Taper lights, we've got coming in here, oh, we've got the KBS S-Taper light in black, which is very sexy. The new True Temper Project X LZ Blackout in steel. So lots of new shaft offerings. Oh, there's a KBS S-Taper black PVD steel as well. So loads of new shafts coming in, loads of new grip options. Let me go back to this one. This is the shaft that I've fitted into the club I'm testing. New shaft on me, this one. The Nippon NS Pro 950GH Neo. I've got it in a stiff, so it's a 98 gram and mid to high launching. So really interested to see how this one performs. It's all standard. I've got it in a standard loft, I've got it in a standard lie, and it's just fitted with a standard Golf Pride to a velvet grip. That's enough babble, I think. Should we get in and hit some? Let's do it. Okay, time to put this club through its paces. As I said earlier, fitted with the NS Pro 950 Neo. let's give this a hit and see what we got. Got a green down there at about 155, 156. Let's see how we go, shall we? Now that's really going to test its playability. That was right off the bottom of the club, folks. What you're going to get with a club like this is when you don't find the middle of it, you're going to start to get quite a big bleed off on the distance. I'd imagine that has not carried much more than about 140. Let's have a little look. A couple in there, just clear out from a bit of a warm up. Let's bring that one up, see what we got, shall we? So yeah, that was a really bottomy strike. It's not the strike location. It isn't quite as bad as that. It's a little bit higher up. So it was a mid. It was a mid strike, very low on the club face. And because of the strike, I've lost a lot of distance. 86 miles an hour there, but only 141 yards of carry. You can see a very low launch angle there coming in due to the poor strike. So I think we can do better. Much better strike. To excuse the customary draw, we'll try and hit some shots in a minute without the draw, but it is my natural shot shape. So that was a much better strike, and as you can see, strike location starting to get a little bit higher up the club. Same sort of carry distance, same sort of club speed, around about 85 miles an hour, but because it was a much better strike, the carry came up to 152. Launch angle's low, that's me, not the club. How does it feel? It does feel very, very nice. Behind the ball, I just love the simplicity of it. We've got the short, compact head, give you some sort of overhead video shots here. We've got the thin top line with the minimal amount of offset. It is a really gorgeous looking golf club. It's hard to sort of find any fault with this. I love the finish on it, the matte satin finish. It just looks fantastic. I'm going to attempt something fairly foolish now and try and hit my interpretation of a fade. So we will open up the stance a little bit, see if we can move that swing path a little bit more out to in. Ooh, not bad. Now, as I go for the fade, I'm going to hold the face a little bit more open through impact. Probably create a little bit more spin on this as well. Launch angle is going to go up. Again, would not expect this to be a particularly long carry. So, blimey, I really have created some spin on that. So there's my launch angle going up to 21 degrees and the backspin's come to 8,000. Remember the ball that I'm using is quite high spin, so the carry distance there is down at sort of 140. It did feel fantastic off the club face, it really, really did. Yeah, there's some of the club data there. That's me. This is me trying to swing out to him. You can see the path gets very neutral. The face angle to target there was 3.9 open. Again, slightly low strike on the face, which is just operator error. So, what do we think about this golf club? It's fantastic. This is where we start to get into those controversial areas. What sort of golfer would benefit from this club? Well, judging by tour players, obviously very highly skilled golfers love this club. I think it gives them the feel, it gives them the look that they're looking for, but it also gives them that little bit of forgiveness. I was reading something that Mizuno was saying that the more long-term Mizuno players, I guess when they say long-term they mean slightly older, it's a polite way of putting it, would tend to go down more the MP route, you know, more of the classical sort of blade. But the new younger breed of tour player coming on is going for this type of club iron rather than pure blade, and it's quite interesting. It's just a more sort of modern thinking. I think, you know, get something that's a little bit easier to use in your hands. Fantastic club. Going to hit one more just to see if I can find the middle. It's a rare thing these days to get one out the middle for me, but we're going to try. Well, there we go. And that's a great shot. That should be sort of a centre strike. I can't hit it a lot better than that, folks. That should be a mid-centre strike. If it's not, I'm going home. Let's have a little look. I still say mid-toe. A referee. Can't disagree with the technology, but this divides the club up into sectors, and I'm sure that was slightly higher up, somewhere around. It is what it is. The results were still quite good. 151 yards of carry from a spin 6.8 and a launch angle of 20. Well, amazing, fantastic, Mizuno. You've produced another beautiful golf club. Price-wise on these, I'm still not 100% sure, but I think the prices have not been increased this year. So last year's model, the 919 Tours, 4-to pitching wedge, £899. I'm pretty sure that that price is going to hold for this year, which is great, because normally when a new model comes out, it gives the manufacturers an excuse to put the price up. But I think that price will hold. Now, it's still premium, but remember, these irons are right up there with the best. Great stuff. Can't wait to test some more of these clubs in a little bit more depth than I've done today. I will do some separate videos going into some of the shaft options, because there's a lot of new shafts, as we saw earlier. There's lots of new grip options. I'll quickly just show you the grips. There are loads of them. Grips I've never heard of yet. Let's just flick back on the insert. Look at these custom grips. So Tour Velvet 360, I haven't seen that one yet. Tour Velvet full cord, the end that. The Tour Wrap 2G black from Golf Pride, not seen that one. The Tour Wrap in white. Good old cross line. Some Lankins I've not seen before, a TS1, a Sonar Tour from Lankin, ST +2 Hybrid, not seen that one. ST Hybrid Calibrate, not seen that one. And then good old Tour Velvets, Z Gripper lines, Tour Velvet +4s, some Wins going in there, +4s. So just the 27 grip options. So I'll tell you what, when Mizuno offer custom fit, they offer custom fit pretty much any shaft, any grip you would want. And remember, there's no upcharges in the UK. I'm not sure about America and the rest of the world, but it's the same price regardless of whatever shaft you have, whatever grip you have, which is nice, because sometimes when people are being custom fitted and you put a shaft in and that shaft's really performing, and you say, well, that's a great shaft, but it's going to cost you another £150 for the set for that shaft, it's going to put people off, isn't it? And Mizuno don't want that to happen. They want you to get the best shaft in there. I think there may be a couple of shafts which are upchargeable, but I'll come back to you on that one. I know last year there was a couple of, I think the Dynamic Gold Tour issue may have been upchargeable, but I'm not sure if that's right yet for this year, but I will check that back. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed hitting the club. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below if you're not already subscribed, and post your comments down below. All the best. Bye for now.